We are at all levels, so no need to worry about anything. There will be plenty. Hey, YouTube. There will be plenty for everybody. Let me just get, I'm early tonight rather than running a few minutes behind, so that's good. Tom can attest. I taught the upside down class at Flex and Flow for a couple of years, and so we're used to all kinds of skill levels depending on the night, you know. So it was always a day by day, right? Who's here? Mitch is signing in. Hey, Mitch.
There we go. Hey.
How's it going?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. My last platform here. Okay.
Not only
nice.
Handstand, but very tech savvy.
Apparently, yeah. They somehow, for some reason, they gave me access and credentials for 3 platforms. What's up? Alrighty. How warm are people? Are people coming in? Feel free to drop comments, folks. How warm are we feeling right now?
I did a little warm up.
A little warm up. Not very. Cool.
I did a minute at 5, and that was all.
Well, you beat me with the minute at 5, so.
We didn't get your
Well, I try to let you guys know not to wait. Cool. Well, let's just go ahead and dive on in. So my game plan tonight, and I will be kind of vacillating looking at 3 different screens just to try to give everybody equal attention. For those of you on YouTube and Insta, we do have a Zoom link going for this, which I find very helpful with the upside down workshop-y kind of stuff, because I'm demoing and then not necessarily holding those poses the whole time. So if you want the Zoom link, you know, it's online too. So my thoughts for tonight, we'll do just a tad bit of warm up. So just like a couple of sun salutations. We get really antsy to get straight on the hands, but making sure that wrists and shoulders are warmed up are super important as well. So we're going to do just a couple sun salutations. If you're super warm, you can start amplifying that and throw in some tuck jumps or some crow poses right away, up to you. We'll do a little bit of core work. That's for me, inversion arm balance, like 101. It's not just in the shoulders, right? It's core and whole body working together as one. And then we're gonna get into some drills. So I do recommend having either socks, or if you have gliders at home, making sure those are close by, a towel, something that slides. I have to give you a heads up this route. I can't just like sneak attack and throw gliders at you when I'm ready for you. So, and then I did pull out my Dharma wheel. If you have some sort of block or ottoman or something, we may need a little bit of elevation. We'll see if we end up getting that far with everything. Cool? Sound good? I know I'm being very vague. So drills, and then hopefully we'll end with some straight up handstand time is the goal. Okay? Obviously. We'll be inverted for a lot of the latter part. Sweet. So let's go ahead and start standing at the top of the mat. I think everybody, nice. Okay, found a good angle tonight. So we'll inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, go ahead and cactus out through the elbows. Inhale, reach up tall. And big swan dive and fold. Be aware if hamstrings are tight, go ahead and bend into the knees a little or a lot. Halfway lift through the spine, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into a high plank. So just go ahead and check in with the shoulders here. You are more than welcome to drop down to those knees if you want, totally up to you. Ground down into the palms. Make sure your fingernails are almost turning white a little bit. Your fingertips are engaged. Shoulders are squeezing together on the back. Low belly is strong. Take a big breath in. Rock forward on the toes. Maybe lower the knees, and we'll drop all the way to the belly for this first one. Inhale, pull through for a little baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, forehead down. Tuck the toes. Maybe the knees press. Maybe the knees lift. Lift all the way up, high plank. And hips high, down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, knees bent, walk, step, maybe float feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold, knees can be super bent. Inhale, arms reach out and up, come all the way to standing. Exhale, cactus out to the elbows. Inhale, reach up top. Exhale, dive and fold. We're just gonna take 2 more sunnies here. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the palms, step back, high plank. Go ahead, take a moment, find that engagement through the shoulders, engagement through the hands here. Start to press forward on the toes and lower into your half push-up. Pulling through for your up dog or baby cobra. And exhale, take it all the way back down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, knees bend, walk, step, float, feet to hands. Halfway lift. And fold, last time through, all the way through. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, go ahead and cactus. Inhale, reach up top. And exhale, dive and fold. Halfway lift. If you're feeling warm, maybe you want to plant the palms and jump back, land in that chaturanga. Or maybe you step back and lower down. Pull through up dog, baby cobra. And exhale, take it back. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, knees bend, walk, step, float, feet to hands. Halfway lift. And fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up, come all the way to standing. Last time with the cactus, elbows wide, lift up through the heart. Inhale, reach up. And this time start to bend into the knees and we're gonna lower all the way down onto the bum. Finding our boat pose. So we're gonna be really focused tonight. Sometimes with our upside down classes, we like to get a little more full. We're gonna be pretty focused. So we're gonna find that boat pose, heart lifted. And this might seem like a break later on because we're not on the hands, right? So go ahead and warming up the core, lifting up through the heart, relax those shoulders down away from the ears. Knees can be bent like I have mine. If you're feeling really feisty right now, maybe you wanna play with straightening out through those legs, okay? Big breath in here. Exhale, go lower down into your low boat. And hold for 3. Hold for 2. 1, pop it up. Nice and slow and controlled here and lower down. If you're feeling feisty, maybe you reach the arms overhead. Keep pressing down through the low back. Inhale, pop it up. Just 1 more round like that and lower. Hold for 3, maybe reach the arms. The shaking is real right now already. 2. And then go ahead and lower down to your back. Lower down to your back. We're not staying for long. Go ahead and reach down and move your butt cheeks out of the way. Tuck your tailbone so that your low back is super flat against the floor. And you'll feel your low belly start to engage just a little bit here, okay? And this is gonna be the kind of action that we're going for when we're upside down. So maybe even start to reach your arms long overhead back behind you and try to press down through the low back. Start to press out through the heels out in front of you. Maybe start to point through the feet. You're in handstand just on your back. Start to give the knees a squeeze into your chest and rock and roll. Come all the way up. I find that one to be a little bit easier to kind of comprehend when we're against the wall, so we'll come back to that. Our last little bit of warm up here before we really start to get feet up off of the ground, go ahead and grab either your gliders, your towel, your socks, whatever is working for you. I'll do a little check-in here. Hi guys, hi. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 different rounds. Okay, this first one, we're all gonna do tucks together. We're gonna do plank tucks. So you can move either next to your mat, you can move perpendicular to your mat, whatever works for you. I'm gonna roll mine up so I have plenty of space to demo. This first round, plank tucks, we're gonna settle into those hands just like we did before, okay? And a slow count, we're gonna draw the knees in and take them back. Nothing moving through the shoulders, right? We're hugging the knees in for that. We're gonna do a slow count all together, and then maybe we'll do a couple rounds sped up, okay? So go ahead and find your high plank, toes are on those gliders. And then for a count of 3, hug knees to nose. 3, 2, and 1. We're in this teeny tiny crunch, start to take it back. 3, 2, 1, hug in. 3, 2, 1, take it back. 3, 2, and 1. Last one, hug in. 3, 2, 1, take it back. 3, 2, 1. 3 more, either that speed or speed it up. Hugging in and out. No movement in the shoulders. And then when you finish that third one, drop the knees, sit back, shake out the wrists. Woo! Yeah, hopefully feeling the burn a little bit. So on this next round, we're only gonna do 2 rounds on the gliders tonight, you guys. On this next one, you have the option to take just what we just did, okay, the tucks of knees into the chest. If you're feeling feisty and strong tonight, maybe start to lift hips up over shoulders, okay? So what that's gonna look like, we have a tendency to start to bring a lot into the shoulders here. So my challenge to you is to really try to kick on through that low belly, okay? So we're here in our high plank, and you're gonna lift the hips high up over the shoulders, and then take it back, okay? Those are really hard. So maybe alternating tuck and pike. Maybe you wanna go straight pike, maybe you wanna go straight tuck. If all of this is super, super hard right now, hold that high plank, build shoulder strength. Okay, let's meet in our high plank. Moving together slowly for these first rounds. And 3, hug knees in or lift hips high. 2, 1, and take it back. 3, 2, 1, hug in or up. 3, 2, 1, and take it back. 3, 2, 1. Last one, hug in or up. 3, 2, 1, and back. 3, 2, 1, and 3 more on your count. Woo. And you're done. Shake it out. Whew. Hi. All right, y'all. So you can let go of the gliders, whatever you were playing with. Now we're gonna come against the wall, okay? And for this one, you do kind of need the wall, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an L pose. So for those of you really looking to strengthen your shoulders and work on that handstand with no kick up involved, this is a great pose for you, okay? And we're gonna do a hold all together. So for those of you more practiced, we're in this nice long hold, and you may start to bring your toes away from the wall, maybe one at a time or maybe both. For those of you new to L pose, a quick demo. The perfect way to find your perfect placement, you'll sit against the wall, hands up, you're inverting this, okay? So where your heels are right in front of you, that's where your hands are gonna go. Your hands are gonna find that place. Shoulders over wrists, you'll come into almost a down dog with your heels against the wall. Start to walk your feet up, you're in this little crouch, okay? And then you'll straighten your legs so your hips are over your shoulders. The tendency is to lift too high. The tendency is to walk the hands out too far, okay? So really try to go for that hips over shoulders. We're gonna go for about a minute hold. If you've already been up there, just stay for a little longer. Just kidding. If you need to come down and then come back up, great, okay? If you're feeling more practice, maybe lift one leg, try to extend the other toes off the wall, switch it, or you can try to lift off for a pike hold, okay? I keep looking at you like you're gonna have questions, but we're not there. So let's just go for it. Okay, so setting up for that pike, that L pose, you're gonna bring the hands in front of you, hips over wrists, start to walk your toes up the wall, and extend those legs long so hips are over shoulders, and run our 1 minute here. Shoulders strong, fingertips engaged, belly is strong, and maybe start to lift one foot up. Try not to arch through the spine. That's my tendency all the time, is to arch. Staying strong through that lifted leg. Maybe switch. Keep breathing. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. And drop it down. Woo! Shake it out. How many of you have not done that for a long time? Me. Yeah, Mitch, yeah. So I'm catching myself. The reason we're doing a lot of drills tonight, even if you do handstand all the time, the drills are the foundation, okay? And I have not done drills in a long time. Hey, Brosh. Alrighty, y'all. Okay, so now some of what you've all been waiting for, we're gonna start to get some momentum up there. We're gonna start to find kicks, okay? And we're gonna start with tuck jumps. The tendency for a lot of us is to go for that one-legged kick action. It's easier to get feet up in the air. The beauty of the tuck jumps is you're getting your hips up over your shoulders, And that's our stability. If we can find that alignment, then our legs can kind of play around. A lot of times if we focus on getting our feet up there, our hips may be out of line, we can't hold it, we don't know why, okay? So we're going for that hips over shoulders. For a lot of us, we're gonna use the wall for this, okay? When you're first starting with these, you may barely leave the ground, and that's fine, right? Just try to get a little higher, try to come back down as lightly as possible. The more you go up, the more you might kind of hit the wall a little bit with your hips, and you'll just try to lift out and away and try to find a little hold. The other thing that might start to happen is you might start to bend into the elbows as you kick up. Try to keep those arms straight and strong, just like we did in our plank tucks, okay? So what this is gonna look like, you're gonna get a little butt shot for a second, sorry. You're gonna get pretty close to the wall, lift up high into the toes, belly strong, bend into the knees, and try to kick up over the shoulders. Your toes might hit, your booty might hit, right? See if you can try to bring booty up over the shoulders, belly's engaged, and toes might hover away, okay? To make it harder, you'll try to bring the knees into the chest, okay? Knees over the hips easier, knees into the chest harder. Questions, comments, concerns? Everybody has a way to speak or write, so. Nice, so I'll keep kind of kicking up in a couple tucks. I'm gonna switch my perspective. If you're doing this away from the wall, please have an exit strategy that you feel comfortable with, okay? You'll most likely see me cartwheel out. Maybe you land and wheel. No face planting, no dropping on your head. If you don't have an exit, that means you're against the wall, okay? So if you need a little side view, go ahead and start hopping, guys, especially if you're used to these. If you need a little side view action, I'm gonna switch my directions, okay? Nice, Megan, I saw that. That was good. They feel awkward at first, you guys, I promise, I know they do, okay? Don't forget to breathe, y'all. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Woo, if you're coming down like huffing and puffing, well, yeah, these are hard. B, that may be a sign you're holding your breath up there, right? Nice. So one way to switch it up, take a quick break. Take a break. We're starting quick, most likely, we haven't talked about distance from the hands, right, between feet and hands. Most likely, we're pretty close to a forward fold, okay? So our hands are likely as close to our feet as we can get, and we're high up on the toes. The next challenge might be to come from your downward facing dog, right? Lifting high up on the toes, bend the knees, you have to kick a little harder, and that's the practice of jumping forward and jumping back, the difference there, right? So maybe take a couple coming from your downward facing dog spacing, and then come back to that forward fold spacing, and you might notice a big difference. Let's take maybe less than 10 more kicks here, not a ton, okay? Just like 10 more. Hi, nice. Yeah, Mitch. And I keep kind of moving because my mat likes to move on my hardwood floor, so I can't find my perfect spot. Nice. Tailbone to the sky, tailbone to the sky. Yeah. Yeah, let it out. I like it. Let it out. Nice, y'all. Okay, take a quick break. Roll out the shoulders. Roll out the wrists. One thing that's easier to preface when we're all in space together and we can just pause as we need to and like watch other people and kind of socialize in these upside down classes, and that's not really, maybe it's easily done at home. You're like, I'm gonna power through and do it all. Take breaks, right? You can stare at me, that's fine. I know there's nowhere else to look, but cool. So those are tuck jumps, okay? We're gonna transition that into a one-legged kick. And what a lot of us have a tendency to try to do is to try to kick up into a split. And I'm super guilty of this. And the reason that's easier is when you kick up into a split, you're kind of distributing your weight evenly, okay? That also means that you're more likely to probably dump your belly and arch your back. So what I want us to try to do instead is more of a charger variation where our lifted leg, and I'll show it as best as I can. Your lifted leg is straight up over your shoulders and that other knee is hugging into your belly, okay? So when we're talking about this variation, we're gonna lift up like we're in a standing splits, bend into the knee, and I'm gonna try to kick my lifted thigh with my bottom foot, okay? And it may be a very subtle kick, or you may get some hang time, okay? And what we're going for with that is that we're trying to minimize the momentum that's gonna take us up, right? We're going towards that potential eventuality of, I'm here, and my hamstrings support me just lifting off this bottom leg. And it's all power, it's no momentum. I can't demo that for you, maybe someday. So give it a couple one-legged kicks. Don't forget to do both sides. Try to minimize the kick. Try to keep that lifted leg strong. Nice, Megan, yeah. Nice. And yeah, the wall is there, right? The wall is there. And maybe you touch down on the wall and you find that little hover away. Okay. And I'll keep going. I'm going to use a little wall so I don't crash into my couch. If I flip over. Nice, I caught it. Sweet, y'all. If you have not switched sides, take a quick break and then switch sides. I'm gonna do it with you. And it probably will feel quite awkward unless you are very used to switching and doing both sides, right? Probably feels quite awkward. Nice. Don't forget to breathe. How are we doing YouTube? How are we doing Instagram? Nice, 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 nice. Sweet. Okay, let's take a quick break. We're gonna get off the hands, okay, for this next one. Remember when we were go ahead, I like that. Go ahead and roll them out while we're talking, okay? Remember that action of lying on our backs, okay? And trying to press our low back down into the ground, feeling that low belly really hug in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna literally stand against the wall, finding that handstand, and try to press the low back, okay? So let's go ahead and come to the wall. You're gonna stand with your back against the wall. You might need to move your feet away just for a second, bending into the knees. And you're gonna find that low back pressing against the wall as best you can. And then start to straighten out through the legs. Belly's gonna start to kick in, and then go ahead and press out through the arms. Shoulders down the back, super engaged. Hopefully that's kicking on for you guys. I would be inclined to say, like, are you feeling that? And you can't respond. But for me, I'm definitely feeling this. It's like 3 inches below the belly button, working to kick in. Okay. And then maybe start to release that. You can kind of shake it out. And maybe just kind of check in with yourself. Was that kicking in for you when we were doing our kick-ups? Right? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. So that's a great exercise to do, not on your hands, to get that low belly super engaged and hugging in. Okay. Pressing that low back. One of the big questions I get asked all the time about something like this is, what if I have low back hurt? What if I have a booty? What if my body is not straight up and down? My personal answer to that is fine, okay? It's the same cue of that tailbone long, belly in, whether you have a booty and a low back and there's gonna be a little bit of curve. It's not the same thing as like a banana dumping situation, right? You're still finding that curve up or that extension of tailbone down, belly in, even if there's some just natural physiological differences, right? So Option to keep working with this, you can come back to your back. Option, we're just gonna invert this straight upside down, okay? So what we're gonna do, it's kind of difficult, you're gonna get as close to the wall as you possibly can because you're gonna try to press the low back against the wall, okay? So you're gonna get as close to the wall as you can. This is where it's a little tricky to kind of get on up there. You might kind of pound a little bit until you get there. Woo! I'm right on a thing of my wall. Might need to move away just a little bit. Okay. So I'm in my handstand against the wall, and I'm going to find my low back pressing into the wall. You're going to get that low belly tuck and hug in, pushing the mat away, super strong through the shoulders. And what I want you to find is that low belly hugging in just like we did, okay? Nice, yes. That's what kept happening to me too, Megan. I kept like getting up there and losing it. So you may need to move away just a touch. Yeah. So if the shoulders, maybe not the most aligned situation with the shoulders, but I want you to go for that low back pressing situation. Nice, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. So low back lifting, tailbone to the sky, sky, sky. Boom, yes. And then I'm not timing, so you guys just hold for, let's say, I don't know, another handful of breaths. I get to pick on Mitch because he's an upside down regular. I get to say, Mitch, hold for another 5 breaths. Tom, I don't know where you went. You're probably handstanding in the middle of the room somewhere, holding it super straight and strong. And when you're ready to come on down, feel free to come on down. Hi, everybody tuning in. Sweet. How are we feeling? Those of you that I can see, those of you that I'm, yeah, thumbs up, sweet. So we're gonna do, let's say like 1 or 2 more actions. We're not gonna move into the press up thing, so you can kind of move your block out of the way. I was thinking maybe we'd get there. We're not. We're option 1, come back to the tuck jumps, okay? And maybe you're coming back to those tuck jumps, say these are my legs, okay? And your knees are lifted up. Maybe you start, as you're holding against the wall, you start to hug them into your belly and see if you can find a hold there, okay? Option 2, moving from down dog into those tuck jumps and try to kick feet straight up to the sky, okay? So a little bit of a power move there where you're lifting up and kicking straight up to the sky and the wall's there if you need it, okay? For those of you that are really comfortable in your handstand, maybe you're working pike kick-ups, where again, if this is my body and these are my legs, I'm coming from my down dog, inhale, exhale, bend into the knees, and kick up and maybe hold in this little pike. So L pose without the wall. Yeah? Questions, comments, concerns? A lot of concerns maybe. So I can kind of talk them through a little bit against the wall as well, okay? But just wanted to give you all 3 options for those of you that know which one you're going for and you want to dive right in, okay? So otherwise, I'm going to personally come back to my wall because that's where I'm at in my practice today. So first up, we have the tuck jumps, knees lifted, and I'm going to start to hug my knees into my belly, okay? So I'm up against the wall. I'm going to go ahead and kick on up. I'm here, okay? I maybe start to find a little hover, and then I maybe start to hug, knees in, and I may lose it right away because knees into the chest is super hard, right? Super hard. That next one, you guys have probably seen Jamie do this a lot in her flows. She does that from down dog, kick up, straight up into handstand, and then she lowers into her forward fold, right? So that's coming from your down dog, lifting up, straight up into handstand, whoop, and then maybe down into your fold. Oh, been a while since I've done that. That's really fun. And then those pike kicks where you land in that 90-degree angle, maybe, right? Or maybe you're just going for it where there's no chance of me doing it. You kick up, hips up over shoulders, and maybe you get close, maybe you don't. Legs straight, working hips over shoulders. And I'll check myself a lot. A lot of times I maybe get the angle and my core is just not quite at the point where I can hold it yet. So that's honestly a lot of this is where filming can come in handy. If you film yourself at home, you can see what your body's doing and where you might need to shift. Okay. Nice, y'all. Whee! And before, maybe take a quick break. We'll have like 1 or 2 more rounds of this, of your choice. Check in with your shoulders, okay? I can feel, it's also maybe the day I've had like nonstop work, I can feel my shoulders wanting to tighten up on me, right? So do that quick little check-in of shoulders down the back and check in with that low belly, okay? A lot of times with these handstand workshops and such, we do a lot more core to warm up. We also have longer time periods, so we're just gonna like make sure that we're really tapping into that core, and that's why we never try to blow off core work in classes, right? I say with a grin. Because our shoulders want to kick on so much, but it's not just shoulders. It's core, booty, glutes, hamstrings, all working together. Already those tuck jumps are looking so much higher. Yes! Nice, y'all. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Sweet, y'all. Woo! Amazing how quickly 30 minutes can fly by when you're upside down. Right? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you're like, no, it's been 30 minutes. Okay, so I know we went through kind of a lot of different drills, and then we got some playtime upside down. The goal was to make sure, for me personally, sometimes I need that accountability. I miss my upside down crew holding me accountable to doing those drills, right? So hopefully you have some drills now in your wheelhouse you can get to. Hopefully, I don't have another upside down on the docket. I'm teaching Sunday night, but hopefully we'll do these again. If you have requests, shoot me a line. If you have questions, shoot me a line via Flex and Flow or Liz Wilson Yoga, either way. Yeah, thanks for flying, guys. Don't forget to roll out the wrists, roll out the shoulders. If you can get someone to massage your forearms, massage your neck tonight, tell them I told them to. And thanks, everybody. Have a great night, and I will see you on the virtual mat soon.
Thanks, Liz.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Yay.
Thank you, Liz.
Thanks.